January 26 is symbolic of the Australia we used to be, not the Australia that we hope to become. Welcome to the Jack Jones Show once again. On January 26th, Australia celebrates living in the best country on earth. We celebrate our beautiful people and the ugly ones. We celebrate our beautiful lands and even Western Sydney. But many of our proud Aborigines and their kind-hearted allies, they see January 26 as a day of mourning, the darkest day on their entire calendar, Invasion Day, the day that began the genocide of their people when on January 26th in 1788, the first fleet of the British ships arrived in Sydney. Our proud Aboriginal brothers and sisters, whose ancestors come from the oldest civilization in world history, incredible, had their population reduced from an estimated 1 to 1.5 million before 1788 to less than 100,000 by the early 1900s. 90% of their population were gone because of a combination of disease brought from the First Fleet and the outright killing of Aborigines, which for a very long time went totally unpunished. That was a genocidal crime against humanity. Strong enough words cannot be spoken. Professor Lyndall Ryan, a historian, and her research team found 270 massacres of Aboriginal people over 140 years of Australian history, a massacre being defined as a killing of 6 or more defenceless people at once. Professor Ryan said that if more accurate records could be kept, then the figure would be even higher. So the question is, why did we choose January 26th? We weren't born on that day. Australia was born on January 1st, 1901. And it should be obvious why we symbolically chose the first day of the first month of the new century. It was the day that our states banded together for a common purpose, the day we joined our destinies together for a better future, and the day that allowed us to fix our mistakes through the ballot box. Now, January 1st, 1901, it doesn't come without its own problems. The stolen generation was in full swing at that time. The White Australia policy was enacted. Women and Aboriginals couldn't vote. But something else occurred on January 1st as well. We became a democracy. We were given the power to change the Constitution through the ballot box. We were given the opportunity to elect leaders to fight for the issues that we believe in. And we seized that opportunity, and sometimes it was slower than it should have been. But nonetheless, Aboriginals and women were given the right to vote. We binned the racist White Australia policy. We fought 2 world wars. We survived the Great Depression. We fought thousands of devastating bushfires. We survived a pandemic, and we voted to ensure that Aboriginals were counted as legal people and not ridiculous flora and fauna. But our work isn't done, and it will never be done. Making Australia Day, January 26th, it was a mistake. But Australia was built on a mistake. Our convict ancestors made mistakes to be sent here. How we treated the oldest civilization in the world when we arrived was a mistake. But the beauty of Australia is that we fix our mistakes. So let's create an Australia Day where every single Australian can celebrate. Let's choose an Australia Day that commemorates the very first time we banded together as one to commit to a bright future for every single Australian. Let's choose an Australia Day where we can stand arm in arm with our Aboriginal brothers and sisters and celebrate together. Because January 26 is symbolic of the Australia we used to be, not the Australia that we hope to become.